you pooch.
I'd like a set of clothes for the wedding.
You've come to the right place. I'm sure you'll find something you like. And when you change into it, I'll tell you right away if it's appropriate for the wedding. I know what I'm talking about. I'm invited too. I sewed clothes for the groom.
I need something repaired.
Thank you kindly. And come again, friend. I hope you'll be... satisfied, my friend.
What do you think? Can I wear this to the wedding?
Magnificent. I couldn't have picked a better outfit myself. I think you're ready to dazzle them all.
I heard you could teach me something.
Sure, why not? If you pay me, I'll teach you a few of my tricks. What are you interested in?
How can I help you today, friend?
Can we go to Semin now?
I see you're already dressed to the nines. Looking like you do, you'll have the girls swarming all over you.
Good to hear. Should we go?
Hold your horses for a while, Henry. I need to wash and change too, and then we can go.
Welcome, blacksmith. We were beginning to worry.
I bet you were. I'm bringing a wedding present.
Look who's finally here. Welcome, Radovan. And Henry.
Sir?
Well, do you have it?
Of course. Your son deserves the best. You can take it.
No, hold on to it. I'd be glad if you gave it to Older yourself.
I'd be honored.
Has Lord von Bergov arrived yet?
Henry, that's none of your business.
It's all right, Radovan. I understand his curiosity. Lord von Berghoff isn't here yet, but Chamberlain Ulrich assures me he'll arrive any moment now.
Sir, could I ask you to introduce me to Lord von Bergov?
God's nails. I'm sure his lordship will have nothing better to do than talking to my apprentice.
We'll see, Henry. Now, unfortunately, I have other things to attend to. What are those beggars still doing by the gate? I thought I made it clear I wanted them gone, didn't I?
I drove them off, but they came back. They just won't take no for an answer.
At least close the gate for now so the guests don't see them. They must be gone before Sir Otto arrives. Do you understand?
Oh dear, you seem rather worried. Would it have to do with your guest of honor?
I'm afraid of it ending up in disgrace. I wouldn't want Sir Otto to take offense and leave before he gives Older his blessing.
Why would it be a disgrace?
Because of the beggars by the gate. And also because of Yurko and his band. I should never have invited them.
Do you want me to get rid of those beggars?
No, Henry. It's nice of you to offer your help, but I can't ask that of you. What kind of host would that make me?
Don't worry about it, sir. Since Henry is volunteering, why not take up his offer? If he proves himself, you can introduce him to Lord Van Berghoff as a reward, if that's what he wants.
I promise I won't bring shame to you.
Oh, we'll see. I've got to make some arrangements with the cook, but come and see me later. In the meantime, you can introduce yourself to the bailiff's son, Svatopluk, over there. You're the same age, so I think you'll get along just fine.
That's right, Henry. Svatja. He's fun to be around. God's nails. I bet he'll show you the prettiest girls around.
There's plenty of other entertainment, too. Bailiff Thrush is holding a dice tournament, and Captain Gnarly a dueling contest. In short, a proper wedding. Eat and drink to your heart's content. Rejoice. It's a big day for Samin.
One more thing, sir.
What else? Did I forget something?
They're, weapons.
Yes, of course. Please leave your weapons with Tuma. You surely understand, it's for security.
All our weapons?
Well, the wedding present is an exception, of course. Keep it safe, Radovan.
Look who's here. Welcome, Radovan.
How's it going, How's your health?
What can I tell you? You know how it is.
Aye. Well, we're not getting any younger. How's it looking here so far?
I'll tell you, it's been a long time since we've had a wedding like this. It must have cost Lord Samin a fortune.
Well, it is his only son who's getting married.
True.
Can you imagine? Lord Semyon had me forge a wedding present for his son.
A present? What is it?
A sword, but not just any. No one in the domain ever had one like it.
And you forged it yourself? Without any help?
All by myself.
Could I see it?
Well, maybe later.
I'll come by your place when the big day's over. The young lord's horse needs new shoes again.
Again? You came for some not long ago.
What can I tell you? Alder's riding out all the time. If he keeps riding the animal so hard, he'll soon break its back.
Well, he's young. You can't blame him for wanting to get away from his noble duties sometimes.
Easy for you to say. You don't have to look at the poor animal when his lordship brings it back all worn out. God knows where he goes riding all the time.
Biggest landowner in the village.
Are you glad Agnes is marrying the future Lord Semi?
I'm glad she's happy. At least she seems to be. If I find out that Olga has so much as looked at her sideways.
Calm down, Satya. Someone will hear you, but if you ever want to give him a proper beating, you can count me in.
Hey, I know you. You fought with us at the tavern.
Nice. That was some brawl.
Right you are. You fought bravely. Both you and that friend of yours. You were outnumbered, but you still gave us a run for our money.
What can you do? I had to defend my lord.
So he really is some kind of nobleman, is he? Huh. Well, I'll be damned. I hope he forgets it quickly. Anyway, as far as you and I are concerned, let's let bygones be bygones. All good?
It's all good.
See? I'm no idiot. I just can't stand stuck-up fellas. And you're not one of them, are you?
I hope not.
I know you're not. You're a good lad, I can tell. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Svatja. The pretty girl getting married today is my sister.
So I've heard.
This is Vitek.
We know each other. Henry saved my pa's hide from the wolves.
I heard about that. First the wolves and then the injured leg.
And that was just the beginning.
Aye, that's my pa, and his drinking. Well, I'm afraid he's not going to fare much better today. He was asking after you. Did you talk yet?
Not yet.
If you want to talk to him, you'd better hurry up. Knowing him, he'll be sloshed in no time.
Quiet, you two. Sakura. Now I don't know what he said to her. Christ. Look at her face.
Whose?
Look over there. That pretty girl and the sad sack trying to impress her.
That's our friend, Wojtek.
Do you know who she is?
Mishka. Her ma is old Samin's cook. That asshole Wojtek thinks he's going to win her over with some idiotic verse.
Well, actually, girls like poems. Well, unless you gabble like a barnyard gander while reciting them.
Gander, huh? Good one. Why don't you show Wojtek how it's done?
Well, I suppose I...
Jesus Christ! There's an idea! Let's bet on who has a better chance with Mishka. Vulgar Wojtek or handsome Henry.
I'd like to see that. You're on.
My money's on Henry. 10 groschen. So off you go, dust off your hose, tuck in your shirt, and go and win her heart.
I'll wager 10 groschen he fails.
I'm in.
Whoa! I didn't expect you to agree right away. You're an animal. You and I will get along just fine.
Or you get along with everybody. Well, that is, if you don't punch them in the mouth at first sight. What's Wojtek even saying to her?
I was walking by a while ago, and he was telling her something about butterflies.
What an idiot. Is Mishka dead?
Shall we have a dance?
My feet are sore.
Show me here. I'll massage them for you and you'll be as spry as a deer.
Thanks, but it's not that bad.
So we can dance then.
Oh, you just never give up, do you?
Mishka, shall we have a dance?
My feet are sore.
Oh, Mishka, dearest. You give me no rest.
Really? Isn't it the other way around?
You keep me awake at night.
You poor thing. Try a decoction of Melissa and Valerian.
How I long to hold you tight.
I can hardly breathe as it is.
Greetings.
How I long to kiss your lips. And, put my hands on your hips.
Enough. I can't listen to another word.
That makes two of us.
And you are who?
I'm Henry.
What do you want here?
To pay this beautiful damsel a compliment. That's allowed, is it not?
The damsel isn't interested.
The damsel has a voice and a name.
And may I know it? Or is that impertinent?
Mishka.
Now look here.
Anything wrong?
I spoke to her first.
Are we on the marketplace here?
You think you can amuse Mishka more? That's a joke.
Look, Wojtek. Why don't we just leave Mishka alone, eh? She's not interested in our buffoonery anyway.
What buffoonery? It was you who interrupted us.
He interrupted you. More like he rescued me.
But I thought you liked it.
Well, do you know what it means to think?
I don't understand this at all. But girls like poems. All of them. Ma said so.
Recite to your ma then. And give her my greetings.
But
Sorry I didn't realise right away.
Better late than never. Wojtek still hasn't figured it out though.
But
Hey, come along with me, Henry.
fucking hell. See what you did? Mishka would be mine if it wasn't for your meddling.
Isn't it better here?
It's a nice place. Thanks for showing it to me. It's definitely quieter here.
I come here when I want to be alone. Or when I'm washing laundry. Enough of that. I'd rather hear about you. Like, where you're from. What you're doing here. You're not a local. I'd know you if you were.
Where am I from?
Unless it's a secret, of course.
I'm from Skalitz.
And what's this Skalitz of yours like?
burned down.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't want to bring up sad memories. Wouldn't you like to dance? It'll take your mind off things.
Gladly. I have the honor.
And do you know how? Or will you stamp on my slippers?
You better believe I know how.
We'll see about that.
Care to dance?
Twit. So, and 1, 2, 3, and off we go. See? You're doing pretty good.
Ah, you're not the worst dancer yourself.
You flatterer. Better keep your mind on the steps.
I wonder how Henry will fare.
I hope he's got something up his sleeve.
He can't possibly come off worse than Voigt.
Unless he tries to hump her right away.
Here in front of everyone? That'd take some balls.
Thanks, Henry. I enjoyed the dance.
Would you look at that? The return of the prodigal son.
How did it go?
Mishka's a nice girl. I'm glad I got to know her.
I don't doubt it. Where did you two go? Took you a while.
We danced and then parted ways. Nothing more.
We saw you dancing. But where were you hiding before?
We were just talking. We went somewhere quieter.
Talked, eh? That's the best story you can make up?
Give him a break. Not everyone's a blabbermouth like you.
Either way, it looks like I won the bet, Svatya.
That's true. Oh well, we have to drink. To the newlyweds' health.
That's what everybody here drinks to. Let's drink to us, fellas.
I should go and see Lord Semi. He looked worried, and I promised I'd help him. He'll introduce me to Lord von Burghoff in return.
Hey, Henry! How are you, pal?
I see you didn't waste any time, gamekeeper.
I know! For Christ's sake! What have I done? What's my wife gonna say? I really want to stay away from the booze, but I can't do it alone! I know! Supposing you keep an eye on me, Henry.
What, mind you?
It's easy. Just don't let me drink.
I'd say it's a little late for that, isn't it?
Alright. So just don't let me end up under the table. If you see me with a drink in my hand, stop me from drinking it, Henry. You understand?
All right then. There's nothing else for it. I'll see what I can do.
You're made of gold. I'll never forget this.
Sure. Hand me what you're drinking right now, then.
I'm starting to regret this.
Nah, wasn't too hard, was it?
Hereabouts?
No, definitely not from around here.
So from where then?
I'm just a distant relative.
That's odd. His lordship never mentioned you to me.
That would be because I'm related on the bride's side.
Ah, that explains it then.
I'm the bailiff's cousin, 5 times removed on my mother's side. By marriage.
Ah, not too close then, I suppose. Nice fight. It's been a long while since anyone beat me like that.
I expect you country folk would consider this to be the pinnacle of swordsmanship. But for me, it was just a warm-up.
I'm just a night watchman, not a duelist.
This is a nice fortress for a shithole like this.
Shithole?
I meant to say, Hamlet.
It's a fine fortress, all right?
Although Trotsky puts it to shame, eh?
Aye, but Lord Sameen is Sir Otto's most esteemed vassal.
Doubtless. Well, well, well. Who do we have here?
What are you doing here?
I'm working at our task. What else?
But how did you get in?
What's it to you? Mind your own business. Mind your own business, Henry. I'll wait for von Bergov alone.
I hear you're in charge of the sword fighting tournament.
That's right, Henry. What is it? Would you like to try your hand?
First, I want to ask you something.
What do you want to know?
What are the rules?
Very simple. It's not hard. Everybody gets a wooden sword, and whoever wins first, wins. Whoever beats young Lord Alder, Svatopluk the bailiff's boy, and Lord Semyon himself takes it all.
And what's the price?
Let it be a surprise.
You don't know, do you?
True, I don't. But I hear our master's being very generous, so you won't be disappointed.
Who do I fight first?
Young Lord Alder is waiting for you.
The groom?
Aye, him. Don't you dare wound him, Henry.
I'll be happy to take part.
All right. Then go and challenge our young lord to a duel.
It's ages till St. Wenceslas Day, and they don't collect tithes before.
Hey, young man.
What is it?
I'll tell you, but come closer. Young man, would you dance with my daughter? No one has asked her for a dance yet, and Dubravka is sad about it, even though she's such a pretty girl.
Why isn't anyone dancing with her?
She's so shy. She always sits at the back waiting to be asked for a dance. The cheekier girls always steal all the boys, so the poor thing is left alone.
Isn't there something more to it? Everyone with two legs dances at a wedding. And young girls are always in demand. So there must be something else. Or am I wrong?
All right, I'll tell you. My girl's just clumsy. She dances like she has two left legs, and she kicks and tramples every partner's feet.
Sorry, but I don't want my feet trampled.
How rude! Go away then. Dubravka's too good for you anyway.
If what they say about him is true.
I'm sorry.
Where's your bride?
She hasn't arrived yet. She'd be here already if Sir Otto didn't keep us waiting. If it were up to me, I'd start without him. But Father won't hear of it.
And where's Lord von Bergov?
How should I know? But I doubt he'll come anyway.
Oh? Why's that?
Because he couldn't care less about us. Father is really naive to think he does.
Are you looking forward to being married?
Yes. Yes, I'm very fond of Agnes. But as a wise man once said, 2 things are needed for a perfect marriage. The husband must be deaf, and the wife blind. Yes, we'll see.
Sir, I'd like to challenge you to a duel.
God knows I'll gladly accept your challenge.
What's wrong? Don't like rat. Too bad you lost. But you've nothing to be ashamed of. Sir Ulda is an experienced swordsman.
Maybe next time.
Here, have some wine. You look a bit pale to me.
Thank you. What now?
If once wasn't enough, you can challenge the bailiff's son.
What can you tell me about him?
About Svatya? Hard to say. I don't really know him that well. But he can probably handle a sword, seeing as how he signed up for it of his own accord. Unlike our young lord, who was ordered to do it.
I understand. I'll go and challenge him.
Master Holden said I wasn't descendant. Nobody could beat our young lord. He got...
I'd like to challenge you to a duel, Svatya.
Well, how could I refuse?
You might come to regret it, though.
Christ! Shit!
What are you waiting for?
No, you don't. Bad luck.
Come on, Henry.
Nice work, Henry. He wasn't an easy opponent. I never thought the bailiff's boy would be able to swing a sword like that.
It was nothing. I've beaten stronger opponents.
Well, let's see if you can keep it up.
Who am I going to face next?
Now, take a break and come back in a while.
Present for Olga.
I'm here to help you, sir.
I said you didn't have to.
Well, I made a promise. Is this about the beggars by the gate?
That too, but I'm more worried about my wayward relatives and their insatiable thirst.
You mean Yurko and the Moravians?
Oh, what did I do to deserve a nephew like him?
I'll try to keep an eye on them. Maybe I'll be able to keep them in check.
You'd be pulling a thorn from my side. But don't get your hopes up. Getting between them and booze is asking for trouble.
What about the beggars, sir?
Try asking Tuma, the guard on the gate. Maybe he's figured something out already.
Wouldn't it be enough to give them a bit of food and encourage them to move on?
You think I didn't think of that? Or that I'm a pinch purse?
I certainly didn't mean that, sir.
If it was up to me, they'd all eat their fill. But my cook won't allow it. She cooks well, but she's shamefully stingy.
I'll talk to Tuma and we'll work something out.
Well, try to be done with it before Lord von Berghoff arrives.
Of course.
Thanks, Henry. I appreciate it.
You're Henry, right? The one who came with the blacksmith.
The one and only.
You came to help me with them beggars?
Lord Semim would be glad if we got rid of them. I was told you'd know how.
It doesn't take a scholar to figure out. They came for alms, that's all. If they get some food, they'll be on their way.
So what kind of food do you think we should give them?
If it was up to me, I'd give them scraps from the kitchen. But the cook keeps saying there's no scraps. Says she uses it all for soup and gruel. She put the scraps away in the pantry and won't let anyone in there.
Isn't there any way I could reason with her?
That's not going to be easy. She's got one hell of a mouth. I think even old Semin's afraid of her. He put her in charge of the feast, and now they're fighting over every single groschen. The wedding already cost him a fortune. If he starts giving to the poor as well, there'll be hell to pay.
Where can I find the cook?
In the kitchen. Where else? But you can't reason with her. She's a tight-fisted old hag.
Where's the pantry?
Right behind the kitchen. But like I said, the cook won't let anyone in.
I'll try to sneak into the pantry.
Just make sure she doesn't catch you red-handed. It'd be for the best if you lured her out of the kitchen. But that won't be easy. Especially now, when she's so busy with the feast.
Did you notice if she ever leaves the kitchen?
I've seen her go and gather herbs, or put more food on the tables from time to time. But someone would have to eat it all first.
Good to hear. I'm starving.
Then I wish you a hearty appetite.
All right. All right. I'll see what I can do.
Good luck, Henry.
This is my kitchen. Stay out of my way, please. Get out of my way. You'll find food outside. What would you like, young man? Did the food run out? If it did, just say so. Otherwise, stay out of my kitchen if you wouldn't mind.
Your Lord Semine tells me you don't want to give anything to the beggars by the gate.
Well, I don't. What do you care?
Don't you feel sorry for them?
Don't try that on me. I can't share what I don't have.
Is there really nothing left?
If I give them what's left, I won't have anything to cook with tomorrow. And then what? Tuma should have just driven them away. Why even bother with them? Get out of my way. You'll find food outside. What?
I don't want to be the one to tell you.
If you come anywhere near me with that stinking gob of yours, I'll poke on your brakes.
It's not my fault. It's not cocky. No, we're back.
There's nothing left to eat at one of the tables.
Really? Well, I'll be. Excuse me. I'll check it out. Take care now. What are you after? There's food and drink in the courtyard. What are you doing here? There's plenty of food outside. This is my kitchen. Stay out of my way, please. What are you looking for?
Not my fault. It's not cocky.
Look what I brought from the pantry.
You're not serious? You really sneaked in there? To be honest, I really didn't think you'd succeed. That's that then. Thanks for the help. And you know what? Wait for me here. I'll throw it to them, and then we'll drink to our success. And no excuses.
apologise. What's your language, young man?
Well, well. Look what the cat dragged in.
Easy, gents. Come in peace.
You gave me a hammer in last time. Well, you'll near be so lucky this time, fella.
You want to fight? Here.
What's the matter? Are you shitting it? The laddie looks like he's gonna start agreeing.
What?
We're only having you on, pal. It's all water under the bridge. I'm Yurko from Moravia, and these fine lads hail from there too.
I'm Henry, of Scalitz.
Well, Henry, come and have a wee drink with us to settle our differences.
Why not? I'd love to have a drink with you.
Of course you would. Fuck. That pish of yours makes me heave. It's near fit to drink. We have to find something better.
You know why Lord Samin won't give you anything better? Because he's afraid you'll get drunk and start a brawl.
Now look here, you bampot. I'll tell you an age-old piece of wisdom. A dry Moravian is 100 times more edge than a drunk one. So, if you didn't want this place smashed to pieces, bring us some decent liquor.
I see. This is getting serious. And where would I find something?
Something, my ass. We want the good swally we brought from Moravia. Seeing as we can't there be not but pishy. But old Samin took it from us and hid it in the fortress dunnies.
Dunnies?
The cellars. That old Boddock even put them under guard with our liquor inside.
All right. But how will I recognize this stuff I'm looking for?
I'm sure you'll be able to tell. It's a wee jug. Well, maybe not all that wee.
And who's guarding the cellar?
A guard, of course. He's holed up in there like a badger, gawking at the door and not moving an inch.
I don't think there's much I can do about the guard. Do you have any ideas?
I didn't care. Just get rid of him. Make up some keech so he fucks off. I'll let you in there. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
All right, then. I won't let you down.
Old enough to marry, but as long as I'm alive, you'll listen to me.
It wasn't easy
Clear off. Why should... Didn't you understand?
handsome watchman.
We arrived and it was all over.
I have such rotten luck.
Everybody's drinking and having a good time, and you're stuck sitting here in the cellar. Aren't you bored?
Don't even get me started. Finally, a proper wedding after all these years, and I'm sent to guard the cellar. So them Moravian drunkards don't drink it dry? Pah! And I'm so thirsty, I could suck the gamp out of these walls.
I really don't envy you.
Thank you. I feel so much better.
Now go and get yourself a beer. I'll take over for you for a while.
No way! If Tuma found out, he'd chew my arse off.
Tuma? Oh, come on. He's drinking too. We had some schnapps together a moment ago.
What? That sly bastard.
See? Why should you be stuck here like a sack of dry grain?
Right you are. If Tuma can drink, so can I.
Look what I found for you.
Well, hooray! Bring it on! Ah. Well, that's something else. Hail Henry! Come and sit with us and have a swig.
No. Thanks, but I don't drink.
What are you? A fish that subs naught but water. Drink up, laddie. It's a polite thing to do at a wedding. To health, God, and Henry.
And to the newlyweds.
To them too. Bottoms up.
God's nails, Henry. We're in trouble. You've got to help me.
What's happened?
The sword's gone. Someone must have taken it.
The wedding present for the young lord?
Not so loud, for God's sake. If I don't get it back, the old man will wipe the floor with me. You'll see. He'll make sure I never forge another nail in this county.
Couldn't you have left it somewhere?
Leave behind something so precious? Never. Someone stole it.
Did you show the sword to anyone else?
Well... You know, I had to show off a bit. Such a lovely piece of work before Lord Semyon himself.
You were pleased with yourself, eh?
Everyone is, when their work is praised, aren't they?
Well, no wonder you didn't know which way was up. The praise made the blood rush to your head. But maybe elsewhere, too.
Don't you worry about my head, damn it. We have to find the sword.
Who were you showing off that sword to?
A few people came to me to see it. A couple of girls. Young lads, too.
Young lads?
Aye, it's true. And one of them was a bit cocky.
What did the lad look like?
I don't know exactly. With all the commotion around here. He was kind of young, you know, a fop. Like a lot of fellas around here.
Well, that could be any one of a dozen.
If I knew exactly which one it was, I'd go and see him myself.
And what was he wearing? Try to remember.
Aye, I know that. He was in yellow. He was well dressed, all right.
Don't you at least remember how he acted? Something that sticks in your mind?
Well, as I say, he was just cheeky-like. And he had these strange manners. Like one of the nobles. He's been strutting around to impress some wench. The one that lewd Chamberlain brought here, I think.
Ah, I see. I know exactly who we're looking for.
You do?
No, actually. I have absolutely no idea who you're talking about. I'll try to find the lad. Maybe he'll know more.
If you find my sword on him, hang him by the balls right away. How's life treating you, old Bram?
Could be better. I can't complain, though.
Since when? You do nothing but complain, day in, day out. Especially about us.
Because you won't leave me in peace for a moment. You are a pain in the ass. Like last time, you scattered my hair around, and before my lads could rake it up, it was all wet.
I had nothing to do with that.
Oh, it must have been them lovely neighbours of yours. I like to toss your whole damn pithole to the ground.
Is that a threat, old man?
More like wishful thinking.
He got his arse kicked. I saw it with my own eyes.
Oldram complained about you again.
What's eating the old man now?
He said someone spread dung all over his yard.
I bet that precious bull of his just shat all over it. A beast like that could easily spray the whole place in one go.
Have you no shame? He's an old man.
Aye, and that's the old bastard. If he wanted peace and quiet, he'd have given it a rest long ago. You'd have to hear it.
Cut right off the spit.
Don't have the whole day for you.
Better be careful.
That won't work on me. Hope they didn't take anything out of the cellar.
Hey, Henry! Listen, Henry. Dinna you want to bet on my pals? If I win, you drink. If you win, I drink.
I don't get it. What's in it for me if you drink?
What would you want?
Have you got anything else?
Alright then. I'll give you my boots. But if you lose, you'll give me yours.
Seriously?
Take it or leave it.
Look, I'm not gonna bet then.
Oh, come on, Henley. Don't be a chicken shit.
I'd rather have the booze.
Suit yourself, laddie. But that's no fun. Boots, on the other hand.
Never.
I'll eat. Which of them will you bet on?
The one in the green coat.
Great. Shake on it.
Who gave them booze this time, I'd like to know.
Let him have it, laddie!
The old man.
Ah, you can barely stand on your feet! Go back to your booze! Try puking on him instead! Try puking on him instead! Moravia is behind you!
What's the matter? Shit yourself!
Moravia is behind you!
Drunk again.
Go back to your booze!
That won't work on me.
Can I get on with it now?
Aye. The last one waiting for you is the Old Lord.
What can you tell me about your lord, Gnarly?
What can I tell you? He's got a lot of experience, but a lot of old man's aches and pains. Be careful, though. Don't underestimate him. As you saw yourself in Apollonia, his age is deceptive.
All right. I'll go and challenge the old lord.
I'm sure he's looking forward to it.
Better be careful not to mess up a nice club.
Who gave them
The worst comes to the worst.
I'm not making excuses. I must have eaten something bad.
If you're sick, you should have told me and found a replacement. You're of no use if you're running to the privy all the time.
I was fine this morning, I swear. Until now.
You mean you got it from something in here?
I think...
Bloody hell. First that von Berghoff, and now this. If any of the guests get sick, it'll be the talk of the county. If I find out you're lying to me and you've been getting drunk or playing dice the whole time...
I did none of that, I swear.
If you say so. But may the Lord protect you if I see you move a muscle from this spot.
But what if I have to go again?
Get a bucket to sit on while you keep watch. Stop making excuses and tell me, where have you been?
I'm not making excuses. I must have eaten something bad.
If you're sick, you should have told me and found a replacement. You're of no use if you're running to the privy. Henry, I just saw Yurko, and I think he's pretty soused. I thought you were supposed to watch him.
It's better this way, believe me. A wise man once told me a sober Moravian is far more trouble than a drunk one.
That sounds like Yurko talking.
Indeed. And he ought to know about Moravians.
Oh, to hell with it. I have to admit Yurko seemed a little less surly right away. If only he didn't have to sing. Well, I suppose you can't have everything.
Where's Lord von Berghoff? Why hasn't he arrived yet?
I don't know. I asked the Chamberlain, but he couldn't tell me much either. Though he said he expected him to arrive soon.
I hope he's right.
I hope so too. He promised me he'd come to my son's wedding. I don't think he'd dishonor me like this.
The beggars are gone. They won't embarrass you anymore.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I just hope Cook doesn't give me a hard time about it.
Don't worry. The cook doesn't know anything.
She'll figure it out anyway. She's not a stupid woman. But it's not my problem now. Well, since you've served me well, I'll introduce you to Lord von Berghoff when he arrives. If you're still interested, that is.
I certainly am. I'll be honored.
I'll just introduce you to him, nothing more. Lord von Berghoff is a distinguished nobleman. And as such, and don't be offended now, he's not that interested in commoners.
I don't mind. What matters is that I finally get to meet him. Lord Semine, what will happen with that robber from Apollonia now that we've captured him?
You mean Gules? You might find it hard to believe, Henry, but the man is of noble birth. That means I can't simply lock him up or, God forbid, execute him. So I took him into my service.
Is that wise, sir? Are you certain you can trust him?
No. That's why he has to prove himself.
How?
It looks like we didn't wipe out all the bandits who were pillaging with him. So his first task will be to take care of what's left of his own band.
Lord Semine, I'd like to challenge you to a duel.
I'll gladly accept, Henry. But bear in mind, I'm not the youngest.
I saw how you fought in Apollonia, sir. And I'd be a fool to make allowances for your age.
I had to try, though. So, what are we waiting for? Fucking hell!
Are you mad? You'll kill...
Oh dear. Not your day, sir, eh?
Oh, what the hell. I'm not in my prime anymore, and Henry here is a very good swordsman.
Thank you, sir.
Tell me, Gnarly, how did Henry do in your tourney?
He beat the bailiff's son.
Oh, but surely he deserves some reward, don't you think?
I can't disagree, sir.
Here you go, Henry. Your skill has earned you this ring.
I'm honored. Thank you, Lord Semine.
Shall I have?
I apologize.
You had to come too.
You could say that. I'm surprised you're here.
So am I, lad. So am I. Will you have a drink with me?
Sorry, Gules, but I don't know you well enough to drink with you.
You're right about that. We're not exactly old pals, so why fraternize? Then I'll drink to myself. To Gules!
Have you already taken care of your band?
Don't you start with that too.
So you didn't.
After you attacked me in Apollonia. I'm so battered I can hardly wipe my own arse. Old man Semine will just have to be a bit more patient.
What if I helped you?
Well, someone fancies himself.
I can handle a few footpads.
These aren't any ordinary footpads. They're a bunch of the most depraved whoresons I've ever met. Would you dare to take them on?
Yeah. Just tell me what I need to do.
So listen up. From what I've heard, there's another 4 of those scum roaming the countryside. I bet my boots that a few more will hitch up with them in time, so it won't be easy. You can start with Canker.
Canker? Interesting name. Why's he called that?
He already had that name when he joined us. I reckon they started calling him that on account of how he's rotten to the core.
If you say so.
Hey, don't be cheeky, youngster.
Where can I find him?
I don't know. I only know that he and his band were ambushing travellers on the road from Droskowitz to the Nabarkov mill.
So how do you want to find him then?
Easy. I'd wait for him to find me. With a little luck, he'll ambush you in one of those places too. Or one of his people will.
You don't have a better idea?
What did you expect? But I'd search the whole forest for him. Go ahead and try and find him that way if you like. But I think you're more likely to roll straight 6s and dice.
That's enough for me.
Well, good luck, lad. Oh, I almost forgot. When you're done, bring me Canker's mace. As proof.
Why? You don't trust me?
Why should I?
Look around. Everyone's passing time drinking booze. They'll be drunk as carp. Leave that to me. Silence! I'm sure someone was suspicious. Till we meet again.
Shall we have a toast? To you and your betrothed?
I shouldn't. The ceremony is still to come. Soon, I hope. Till we meet again.
Yes? What do you need?
You're a little nervous, weren't you?
Not at all.
That's a lovely yellow attire you're wearing. You're exactly the kind of fella I'm looking for. Do you know Radovan? The blacksmith from Takov?
I don't. And whatever happened, I don't know anything about it.
You don't know him? Then why did he tell me he remembered you hanging around him right before he got robbed?
It's not my fault, I swear. It's the devil himself who guides my hand. I'm completely defenseless against him.
The devil, eh? You better come up with a better story next time. Now give me everything you took.
Yes, of course. Here, take it all. What would I do with this, right?
Nice haul. And now the sword.
Sword? But I don't have any sword.
Don't lie to me, sticky fingers.
I might be a thief, but I'm not a liar. This is really all I took. And anyway, where would I hide a sword?
All right. I'll be going now.
Please, don't tell anyone. I'll sit on my hands from now on.
First that contract. You've been getting drunk or playing something.
But there's something I'd like to ask you. How long will you have
You'd have to hear it. He doesn't miss a chance to have a go at anyone. If I'm not wrong. It's been nearly a year since we understand all that.
Hey!
Dressed in yellow. You might be the fella I'm looking for.
Hey! What are you doing here?
Sorry, do I know you?
Of course! You're Bouchek, right? Only a week ago we were brawling over that girl in Jelly Off.
Oh? And who won?
Well, me, of course. But it wasn't worth it. The girl was pretty, but as daft as a bag of rocks.
Ah, that's tough.
But now we've met again, we should have a toast. To water under the bridge, eh?
Radovan, the Takov blacksmith, has lost his sword. Have you seen any around here?
Of course I have. Plenty.
Plenty?
Every guard has one, right?
Ugh, never mind. You're so drunk you'd only hurt yourself with it anyway.
That's possible. Shall we have a drink?
Why not? I'd love one.
To your health, Bushek.
I'm not Bushek, but still. Cheers. Ugh, it's really sour. What the hell is this?
Wine, of course. All the way from Burgundy, they say.
Ugh, tastes awful.
Ah, just drink, Bushek.
I don't really... Oh, never mind.
Handle this for you. Woman, you don't have to worry about a thing. Real quick.
I just look like an
And
idiot.
everyone is blind
Besides,
drunk.
Can't you
Do
just
you know
let
you
it go?
actually rescued
Never.
me?
Oldram
what
complained
princes
about
do.
you again.
What kind of prince are you, hey?
Where have you been all my life?
All over his yard.
In Prague.
I bet that
Really?
precious bull of his just
And
shuts
in
all over it.
Kuttenberg,
A beast
Pisa,
like that
Vienna,
could easily spray the whole
Hradec,
place in
Loni,
one go.
Golin, Bodibra.
You know,
Good lord, you've been all
he's
over
an
the
old
place.
man.
Probably been further than
And that's the
Sasa.
old bastard.
Well now,
If he wanted
that
peace
is
and
one
quiet,
place I
he'd
have
given
not
it a
been.
rest long ago.
What would I do
You'd
in a
have to
town
hear
full
him.
of monks?
He doesn't miss a
What are you
chance
doing
to have a
here
go
all
at
alone?
anyone. If I'm
Such a
not
pretty
wrong,
woman and no
it's been nearly a
escort?
year
The
since we got into that
escort is
brawl
what
with
I'm
that
hiding
Shelley
from.
In plain sight, like this.
And it
The
still
greatest
wasn't
shade
enough
is
for them.
under the candlestick.
That lisping old
Finally,
fool
we're
Oldram
alone.
keeps telling everyone we
Yes.
stole the meadow from him.
Finally, some
You think
peace
I
and
haven't
quiet.
got enough on my plate as
Woman,
bailiff?
you read my
You want to
mind.
give me more to
Shall
worry
we
about?
wait until
On
it
the
gets
contrary.
really dark?
We want to
And
handle this
everyone is
for
blind
you.
drunk.
You don't
Where
have to
have you
worry
been all
about
my
a
life?
thing.
You'd better
In
forget
Prague.
about that real quick.
I might have known. Where there's trouble, Lord Capon is never far off.
You two know each other.
Unfortunately. What do you want, Henry? Can't you see I'm busy here?
It doesn't matter. Radovan the blacksmith has lost the sword he made for the groom as a wedding present.
Well, that's a bit of a fuck up, eh? But I'm not really surprised when he was shoving it under everyone's noses and telling them there's none better in the county.
So you nicked it?
How dare you?
The blacksmith saw you sniffing around it, so don't play dumb. Where did you stash it?
Hold your horses. I may have a blot or two on my reputation, but I'm not a thief.
If it wasn't you, who was it?
The bailiff's son, Svatobluk.
What? Svatya? Nonsense.
What's going on here? You again?
Who is this drunk?
This is Wojtek.
Keep my name out of your mouth. And you? What are you doing here with my... girl?
I am not your girl. That is certainly not only yours. And it's a few years since anyone called me a girl.
Did you hear that? Scram. Nobody's interested in you.
So you've ganged up on me, eh? First you make a fool of me, and then this prick.
We didn't agree on anything. And forget about Mishka. She had no time for either of us.
I'm having a really bad day today. Women don't want me. My friends, I'm a joke. All that's left is the booze. Booze never lets you down.
Well, each to his own.
I was afraid you were going to start a fight.
You don't have to be afraid with me.
Hold up. No change in the subject. What did you mean about Svatya?
Like I said, he took the sword.
And how do you know it was him who took it?
Because I saw him.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do I have to drag every word out of you? Where did you see him?
The blacksmith went to the latrine and left his sword outside. The blockhead. Svatya had his eye on him the whole time and just seized the opportunity.
What did he do with the sword then?
I have no idea. I had better things to do than follow him around. Last I saw, he disappeared into the battlements by the latrine, and then he showed up in the backyard under the dovecot. He didn't have the sword anymore.
Why would the bailiff's son take it? He and Semi will be family soon.
Why don't you ask him yourself? But from what I hear, the Samin's really sticking his craw. Why? I don't know. You'll have to figure that out for yourself.
I don't know. I don't trust you much, but I don't have a choice. I'll go and check it out.
I expect an apology as soon as you find the sword. And, Henry?
Yes?
Just don't fuck it up. We need to talk to von Berghoff.
You think I haven't got enough on my plate as bailiff? You want to give me more to worry about?
Finally.
Contrary. We want to handle this for you. You don't have to worry about anything. You better forget about that real quick. I just... But to hear him talk...
Hey! I know you!
Oh, Christ. Look at the state of you, gamekeeper.
Henry!
Stop shouting, for God's sake.
Henry! You promised me you'd watch me. And look. Look at the state I'm in now.
Oh, well. What do we do with you now?
You have to help me get back on my meat.
Meat? What meat?
On my feet, I said. Feet! Henry, have you been taken?
What, me?
You? What about you? Are you drunk? Or what?
Good God, how am I supposed to help you get back on your feet?
Since you ask. Well, I could use some broth. Strong beef broth. That'll get my blood flowing.
I'll see what I can do. You just stay here and don't budge.
Don't worry. I'm really not going anywhere right now.
First that fun.
Henry, have you seen that husband of mine?
I saw him. He's completely plastered.
Henry, didn't you promise you'd watch him?
How do you know?
He bragged that he was sure you'd keep him sober. It seems that didn't work out, did it?
Well, I did let him out of sight for a moment. Sorry.
It's all the same now. Where will I find him?
He's lying in the flower bed behind the dovecot.
I don't see the old man anywhere, so we're good.
It's a rare occasion to hear him say more than a few words.
Grüß dich. Wie kann ich dir helfen? Auf Wiedersehen und einen guten Abend.
I found your husband.
And where is he?
Sorry, but he's completely plastered.
Oh, sweet Virgin Mary. That idiot. Thanks, Henry. I'll take him home before he disgraces us completely.
think you might win it? There was one young lad that looked promising. One of ours.
You got drunk again. Hey. Oh my God. Bullshit. Whose fault could it be? Stop making excuses. No, dog. Get yourself together. We're going home. Come on. I know. Come on. Let's go home. I'm coming.
And I'd hate to say something.
It happens.
Careful.
Wait. Tell me, haven't we met before? You look familiar. I feel like I've seen you before. Didn't you serve at Trotsky?
No, I didn't. Me and my master were to deliver a message there.
Is that so? I've no recollection of you or your master, but little wonder. Lord von Berghoff receives countless messengers.
But you wouldn't even let us...
I said I don't remember.
Master Chamberlain, where's Lord von Berghoff? Why isn't he here yet?
What's it to you? Lord von Berghoff will arrive when the time's right. Where could you?
I'd hate to say something inappropriate.
He came with Tarkov blacksmith. He said he'd helped him forge a present.
Did any of you partake? I did.
Radovan's present for young Lord Semyon is missing. You wouldn't happen to know anything about it?
I didn't see any sword.
Sword? How do you know it's a sword?
Fuck. All right, I saw it. Like everyone here, I reckon. Radovan was bragging about it all over.
Do you think being the bailiff's son puts you above the law? You're counting on the deepest shadow being under the candlestick, eh? Make no mistake, if it turns out you're involved in this theft, you're gonna get not just yourself in trouble, but your father as well. He'll have to give you an exemplary punishment, so folk don't say he's let you off light, because that could cost him his job.
Damn it. I didn't think of that. All right, have it your way. I took the sword. Happy now?
Why would you even steal the sword in the first place?
I wanted to humiliate old Samin. For the way he treats us. If the present for his son got lost right under his nose, he'd look like a demented old fool.
Poor Radovan would be the one who'd get the worst of it. And I'm right behind him. You didn't think of that?
I'm sorry.
Where's the sword now?
I had to get rid of it fast, so I threw it in the pond.
You can't be serious. How am I supposed to get it back now? God Almighty save you if it fell in deep.
Take care, and have a pleasant evening.
Here it is. Just like Svatya said.
No, thanks.
I found your sword.
Thank God, Henry. I was afraid I'd have to look for a job in another county. Who stole it?
The bailiff's son took it.
Svatya? Why the hell would he do that? He and young Semyon will be brothers-in-law.
Maybe that's exactly why.
Right. I heard he's got a grudge against the Semyons. But for him to act a fool like that, when Semyon finds out, he'll make the bailiff set the boy straight in no uncertain terms.
But what Svatya did wasn't so terrible. The sword was found, no one was hurt, so you could just let it be, right?
You think? Well, all right. Weddings are supposed to be fun, so let's not spoil it. You got it to me just in time. The ceremony is about to start.
So Lord von Burgov has arrived?
Not yet, but the father is in a hurry to have his son married. I think the lad's a little scared. I'm not surprised. I had to get drunk as a lord before my wedding.
I didn't think they'd start the ceremony without Lord von Burgov.
He'll show up, don't worry. Something just held him up, you know. Lordly business.
Where on earth is he? We've been waiting for hours. I sent someone to look for him.
Master Chamberlain, how's it looking? When's Sir Otto coming?
I wish I knew, sir. His party should have been here long ago.
What?
I sent someone to look for them, but there's no sign of them. It's regrettable, but we'd better start without him.
Oh, let's get started, Father.
Damn it.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to witness the sacred union of Agnes and Alda. I ask you before God and His holy church to make your holy vow of matrimony, love, honor, and fidelity. Do you so swear until death do you part?
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Right back where we started.
Von Burgov's not coming, so why stay here? I'll congratulate the newlyweds and go.
It happens. Just watch where you're going.
You come to play dice?
I don't play dice.
So what do you want?
I wanted to congratulate you. You're marrying off your daughter. What a day.
Aye. Well, thanks. And you'll drink to it with me?
Naturally. I won't turn down the father of the bride.
I'm happy to hear that. Here's to my Agnes.
To the bride.
May the Lord give you eternal rest.
How are you? I'm Henry.
I'm Dobravka.
Would you like to dance with me?
Dance? With you? I don't know. There's so many people.
Don't worry about the people. You won't notice them once we start dancing. You'll see.
Well, all right.
The bottom foot was mine. Ow. Oh, God, this is punishment. Ow. How much longer?
Oh, that was beautiful. I haven't danced like this in a long time. How did you enjoy it?
You dance like a fairy, Dobravka.
Truly? No one's ever told me that.
I find that hard to believe.
I'm serious. You're the first. Thank you. Well, I think I'll be going now. But maybe we'll meet again.
Excuse me.
Thank you, lad. I haven't seen Dobravka this happy in a long time.
You're welcome.
They have come to pluck me.
Christ! I thought the Grim Reaper was coming for me.
Get a hold of yourself. I can't stand the look of you.
Have you seen your sister and young Lord Semin? I want to give them my best wishes for their marriage.
I think I saw them going into the cellar. Their marriage has lasted barely half a day, and they already can't handle it sober.
Can't be that bad, surely.
If I had old Samin for a father-in-law, I wouldn't stay sober either. Farewell, my friend.
If you're my friend, you'll have a drink. It'll be the last one today.
Doesn't he love me? What are you doing here? Who are you?
I'm Henry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I was hoping to find you both here. Sir Older as well. Come now, dry your tears. What's the matter, eh?
It's Older.
Did he...
No. He just disappeared. Left practically right from the altar.
But why? You two look so happy.
I was hoping he'd stay at home more after we were married. Instead of always riding off somewhere. What a silly goose I am.
What was so urgent that it couldn't wait until morning?
I don't know. He didn't tell me, but he often rides off in a hurry.
Don't worry. He'll be back soon. Nobody would leave a pretty girl like you alone for long.
He couldn't care less about me. His father arranged the marriage mainly for the money they're getting from my pa.
Oh, come now. Look at yourself. I've never seen a prettier bride in my life. You're turning all the heads today. They all envy Alder. And he knows it. And it pleases him.
I don't even know if he noticed. Even during the ceremony, it was like he was looking right past me. Oh well, I've already cried buckets. I could use a drink. How about you?
Oh, I wanted to congratulate you anyway, so good luck, good health. May you soon have a healthy son, and later at least 2 daughters. And may...
Make it short. I'm thirsty.
Here's to you.
Booze! Oh, fucking hell! It's you again! Oh,
Wait!
fuck off me! You wanna fuck the bride, huh?
That's not what you think!
What are you doing, you drunken fool?
Someone's been coveting the neighbor's wife, eh?
Bollocks!
Not that I blame you. You might have waited until this all went home.
Let's be having you! Let's be having you! Prepare to fight! Nice! What are those fancies? Watch out! Smash him up! I told you he had 2 left hands! Your ass off!
I'll be done with you in a flash.
Go on then! Make him bleed his head!
Now we finish this.
Got you! Slice him up!
Come on then.
Had enough! Donkey! Die, you swine!
Nice hit.
Quickly, for the love of God, sort out this rabble before they turn everything into firewood!
Cursed luck. Well. Distinguished guests.
For the love of God. Does it have to be him?
Trust me, friend.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
We need to have a word with you.
Would your graces care to sit?
I think not.
What brings you to my humble rectory, gentlemen?
Are you all packed, Godwin? I heard you got kicked out of your humble rectory.
So who do I owe that to? You wouldn't have had anything to do with this, would you, Hanush?
You've no one to thank for that but yourself, Godwin. If you hadn't been living like an animal, you wouldn't be regretting it now.
You're wrong, though. I don't regret anything.
And I trust you won't regret hearing us out now. We have a secret mission for you.
Secret mission? Sir Radzig, I hope you're not trying to drag me into some state espionage game of yours. Somehow, over the years, I fell out of the habit of being inconspicuous.
You buffoon! Let his lordship finish!
Do you know about Lord Capon's mission?
Aye. I heard a word or two about that. Where was it you sent him? Trotsky?
Yes, to Sir Otto von Berghoff's castle.
Royal Chamberlain von Berger. The League of Lords fella.
You know more than I'd expect from you.
It doesn't surprise me. I also know that Trotsky is about 3 days' ride away.
2 days, weather permitting.
The young lord should have been back long since then, shouldn't he?
He should. But he's not.
And now you want me to find out why he's not here yet.
That's right. You'll go to Trotsky and see if anything's happened to him.
Why don't you send Henry after him? As far as I know, he's always done a good job for you.
That's exactly why he went with Capon.
So it's more serious than I thought. All right. I'll do it.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. I won't rest until my nephew is safely back in Perkstein.
When should I go?
Right away.
Fuck! Did they have to lock us up in here of all places? I have a feeling these walls are moving. The cell is getting smaller and smaller. Can you hear me? Let me out! Hey! Hear me!
Give it a rest. No one's come in.
I feel like we're going to be crushed here.
Don't worry, we won't. Any crushing will be done later by the executioner.
Oh, what a relief to hear that. Listen here, Henry. I wanted to say, well, that I'm glad to see you again. Henry?
Well, it sounds like the great Sir Hans Capon is getting ready to apologise. But why?
Well, because I'm just sorry, I suppose. Nevertheless, Henry, I wanted to say that, well, you were right. I behaved badly. Awfully.
All right. I accept your apology. All water under the bridge, eh? Old pal.
Thanks. So, what were you getting up to the whole time, anyway?
I was working in the blacksmith's forge in Takov.
Oh, well, lucky for you, you have a trade you could work at.
Sort of. Most of the time I was actually chasing after lost carts or scrambling over the rocks looking for hermits.
Well, at least you weren't bored, eh?
What about you?
I also stuck to what I'm best at.
What, boozing and whoring?
Fucking hunting.
Where did you get the gear for that? We arrived in Troskowitz like a pair of beggars.
By using the old noggin, pal. I pulled a strong thread out of those rags I had on, made a snare for game, And before you could say jackrabbit, I was hawking half a dozen hares around the local cottages.
Weren't you worried about the local gamekeeper?
That nitwit! I found out he was fond of the booze, so I snooped around his lodge, and when sleeping it off, I went hunting. Once, I even went into his shed and, borrowed a bow and a quiver full of arrows.
Thieving, too, to top it all. Christ!
Oh, give over. Once things are sorted out, I'll give it all back. Shh, quiet! There's something going on outside the door.
Have you seen Captain Thomas? Yarrick says he's in a bad way.
He's right. Them fuckers cut him up good.
Last I heard from Father Nicodemus, though, was that his wounds are healing.
Aye. Only he's been struck down by a fever. And the Sawbones is away with Sir Otto.
Good God.
Captain Thomas! Yes! He met us before we reached the pond, didn't he? We showed him our letter.
But he's in a fever. You heard them.
Oh, we'll deal with that somehow. Hey!
Leave it be.
Hey! Open up, you rabble! We're messengers from Ratai. Your captain can confirm it. Do you hear?
Again?
Those damned fools won't give us any peace.
Come on, fellas! Be reasonable. We're envoys of the Lord of Lipa.
About time. Just you wait till Lord von Berghoff hears how you treat a noble.
You, come with me to the courtyard. Chamberlain says we ain't gonna waste bread on you for nothing. We've got a job for you.
What about me? I want to talk to the captain right now.
You want to talk to God, fella. You're getting the gallows for poaching.
What? But you can't hang a nobleman.
Jesus, wait! Hear that? That bell's tolling for you, mate. 12 more times, and the priest will come for you. Hans!
But you can't!
Hans, don't worry, I'll fix it! Move it!
I'm a nobleman! You hear me? I'm a noble! I'm Sir Hans Capon of Bergstein.
So, if you want to get out of here, you'll have to make amends and work off your debt. For a start, you can carry all the charcoal from this wagon up to the store.
Wait, though. What's going to happen with Capon?
With that madman? He was poaching, so he'll swing.
But he really is a noble.
Ain't you a bit old for fairy tales, son? Once the bell tolls for the 12th time, it won't matter a damn who he used to be anyway. If you want to do something for him, pray. And best pretend you don't know him.
Your Captain Thomas can testify that we're envoys from Ratai. It's the truth, I swear.
Don't you say a word about our captain. We don't know if the poor fellow will live to see morning. They moved him during the night to the chapel at the very top of the Maiden. It seems only God can help him now.
Why did they move your captain to the chapel? All that way up?
So he'd be closer to God. Either the good Lord will help him, or take him to his bosom. The captain's in a really bad way. And our Sawbones is away with Lord von Berghoff.
What about my things? You took everything away from me.
That's what happens to people in jail. When we set you free, you'll get your stuff back. In the worst case, we might keep something to cover the damages you caused at the wedding. Got it?
Got it. Do you always ring the bells before an execution?
Aye, it's a local custom. They say back in the past, the local lord slept through a scheduled execution, and they had to release the condemned man. Don't worry, that won't happen today.
And can I go there? I really have to talk with Captain Thomas.
Don't fucking annoy me, fella. You got off lightly so far, believe me.
What? You won't even let me pray in the chapel?
We will not. You're not allowed inside at all. And don't let me catch you snooping around there.
I'll get to work then.
Good lad. The store's up by the gate to the inner bailey. Orsina the blacksmith is idling around somewhere there. He'll think up some job for you. Or go down to the outer bailey where they're building the scaffold near the gate. They'll be working up there for sure. And no wandering around where you're not allowed. Don't stick your nose inside the castle. Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Excuse me.
Lots of guests. Not enough pretty girls for my liking. It's a lot better here in Trotsky.
Let's hope the bride doesn't hear you. She might take offense.
I wasn't talking about her, of course. The bride's always the prettiest.
I've been at weddings where that wasn't the case, unfortunately. But I heard it ended in a brawl.
Aye, some idiots had a punch-up. It's practically a tradition, you know?
A pretty stupid tradition. The poor newlyweds. It's supposed to be a celebration and some numbskulls start fighting.
You're right.
Oi, Wojtek. Could you stop gabbing and come and help?
Can't you see I'm talking to someone?
I ain't seen you here. Are you new and all? Well, I'm Magda.
I'm Henry.
It's great to have some new lads here.
Oh, aye. Henry, how about you bugger off? I wouldn't want a repeat of our last disagreement.
Me neither. But all I care about is you giving me a hand. Those sacks won't carry themselves.
I'll just finish what I'm discussing with Magda and I'll be right with you.
Are you also helping Wojtek's uncle?
What uncle?
Wojtek here said he's helping his uncle, Osina the blacksmith.
No, I'm not helping anyone's uncle. This is a punishment, just like with Wojtek here.
A punishment?
Aye. We got into a bit of a fight at Lord Semin's wedding.
What? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
Ah, that's not quite how it was.
You wretch.
Oh, thanks. You really are.
While you're having fun chatting up girls, I'm hauling sacks. If anyone's it's you.
Tss. Don't worry, I'll find you.
A lot, so he's got to do a lot of stuff on his behalf.
Whatever worries he has, if the fella treats folks like dirt, it ain't no wonder they get upset. He might not be so hard, though,
I'm sorry.
Last moment this year. Aye, farewell.
That's that.
Hey, vagabond. You're done hauling, get over here.
I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
Well, if you really don't have anything for me, I'll just idle around then.
That'd suit you, eh? None of that. Only, what to do with you? I've only got work in the forge, and that's a craft. An art, you could say.
I'm a blacksmith too, even if I don't look the part right now.
Oh, really?
Aye. My pa was a blacksmith. A respected one.
Then you might actually be some use to me. At least I wouldn't have to work my fingers to the bone all the time. I'll tell you what. Go to the forge. The fire's gone cold. I haven't had much time for, well, the trade. So fire it up and make some horseshoes for Kabat. He's our groom. Always bothering me that you don't have shoes for the horses. And there's only one nag stabled here now that his lordship's away with his men.
All right. How many should I make?
How many legs does a horse have?
Well, it depends. Usually 4, but once there was a 3-legged foal born in our village.
All right. You're a fool, but maybe you're a handy one. So go and make 1 horseshoe for the groom, all right?
But a horse has 4.
Aye, but Kabat's missing just 1, and I ain't going to waste more on him.
1. All right.
You'll find everything you need in the trunk in the forge. It's there, past the gate.
All right, but I was told not to go there.
And now I'm telling you to go. And when it's done, bring it to me to check so you don't make me look bad. Off you go. Lads, this here itinerant is my new helper. Let him through.
I bought a lovely yew-bow the other day for a great price.
What good's a bow to you, for God's sake? What a waste of money.
Didn't you hear that king himself?
That damn wretch! That damn wretch! That miserable blacksmith, where is he now? Where's that fool of a blacksmith? Like a... Like always, he loiters around here all day, and when you need him, he vanishes like the wind.
About that horseshoe.
Well, did you get it done?
Yeah. Here.
Well, what are you standing around here for? I told you to take it to Kabat.
No. You told me to bring it and show it to you.
You're a smart one, eh? Well, now I'm telling you to go to Kabat with it. He's our groom. Most likely he'll be idling by the upper stables, the grouch. Just between the two of us, he's a very unpleasant fella. Unlike me.
I can't wait. I brought you those horseshoes. I mean, horseshoe.
That took long enough. I've only got 1 horse here and I've got nothing to shoe him with. And you know who gets in the shit over it?
You?
Exactly. Mistakes are punished here. So either I'd end up reduced to beggary, or I'd have to go back to what I was doing before. And I wouldn't like that.
What did you do before?
You're a bit inquisitive, ain't you?
Well, I get the feeling you're actually proud of it.
Let's just say I haven't always made an honest living. Is that enough for you?
Not quite. I'd also like to know if you've still got any tools.
I might be able to find something, but I'll tell you, it won't come cheap.
Isn't there maybe something I could do for you in exchange?
Well, since you're offering, I lost something playing dice and I'd like to have it back. A very nice turquoise rosary.
Who did you lose it to?
Father Nicodemus. That priest rolls dice like the devil himself was guiding his hand.
I don't like the sound of that.
You want the tools, but you don't like the job. Well.
What about those lockpicks?
Shh! Not so loud. So, as I said, it won't be cheap.
Let's see what you've got.
Oh well, what can you do? Farewell then.
What about those lockpicks?
Shh!
What about that service in exchange?
The offer is still open. Bring me the rosary, and we have a deal.
Don't worry. I'll get it for you.
But with no trouble, all right?
Naturally.
If you're after some leftovers...
Merciful God, grant that I, Captain Thomas, may recover.
Do you know where Captain Thomas is? I heard he was in a bad way.
It's true, son. It doesn't look good for him. Why do you ask?
I'd like to pray with him.
A kind thought, but you can't get to Thomas. I had him moved during the night up to the chapel in the Maiden.
Why can't I get there?
You know, the castle chapel is an important place. Only Lord von Berghoff, his kin, and a few others are allowed there.
Like you, for instance.
Naturally. It's certainly good of you to want to pray for Thomas, but you can do that anywhere without having to disturb him.
Why did you take him to the chapel?
The surgeon is away with Lord von Berghoff, and Thomas has got considerably worse. I don't like to say it, but there's nothing left but to pray for a miracle.
I'll be going then.
Go, and don't forget about that prayer.
It seems like you'd be glad to have someone to play with.
Alea jacta non est, my friend. The die has not been cast, and that grieves me. No one wants to play with me, so I'll be quite glad if you join me. And for what shall we play? You don't look too well off.
I heard you have a certain turquoise rosary.
Aye, it belonged to Kabat, although belonged is a strong word.
How do you mean?
Kabat is known for having some peculiar things in his property, if you grasp my meaning.
Hang on. You're saying you don't mind holding on to a stolen item?
And who should I give it back to? I doubt Kabat will tell me who he took it from. Besides, you've got to admit a rosary belongs in the hands of a servant of the Lord. It's safe with me. Once its owner turns up, I'll gladly give it back to him.
Or lose it in a game of dice. I wouldn't say it's very safe in your hands.
I'm a priest, not a saint. So what of it?
Let's play for it then.
Certainly, why not? As long as you put up a decent wager against it.
Maybe we better leave it for now. I don't have very much coin at the moment.
As you wish, friend. But if you should change your mind, I'll be glad to play.
The second toll for Hans.
The one that serves here? Well, this property belongs to someone else.
No, and nor should you.
Except I don't have
You look like you got a solid beating.
To hell with that. The main thing is we kicked those human fuckers out of our tavern. But still, I'd sleep better knowing someone made sure they don't come back ever again.
Someone like...
Like me?
What an idea. At least you'd show you're worth your salt. After what you pulled last time, your reputation could use a bit of polishing.
All right, then. I'll take care of the humans.
Excellent. I don't care what you do with them. Just find their camp and make sure I never see them again. Got it? Seems they came from Samin. Try asking there. Someone must have noticed that rabble.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
I was told to come and ask you for a job.
Nice timing. Do you know anything about carpentry?
No. Blacksmithing is more my field.
Ah, well, that's handy. I got the job of fixing up this here scaffold, so it don't collapse when we hang that poacher. But the whole thing is fucked. I need a good carpenter's axe. There's one broadaxe in the shed, but it's as blunt as a file. Of course, Osina didn't find time all year to hone the thing.
But that poacher is innocent.
An innocent poacher? But that's nothing to do with me. My job is to make sure it don't collapse when he swings.
I could help you with that.
You could? Well, that'd be great. Go and get it from the shed, sharpen it, and bring it back to me.
Sure thing. Can't get any better than this. That's more like it. The third toll. I better get moving. Here it is. Hope it's good.
Sharp as a skinning knife. Nice. Without your help, the scaffold could well collapse under that poacher. And nobody wants that.
And then the execution would be postponed?
I doubt it. We're not going to make a show out of it like they do in Prague. But someone would have to get their hands dirty, and no one fancies that.
Understandably.
Anyway, thanks. I can't afford to fuck things up today. The Chamberlain is as tetchy as the devil.
Isn't he always?
Yeah, but even more today. Anna the laundress said he's got bellyache. Everyone is avoiding him like the plague.
Uh-huh. Would you happen to know how I can get into the Maiden?
And what would you want in there?
I want to pray in the chapel. And they don't want to let me in.
The chapel, eh? Well, I'll be damned. I know one hand by the name of Binyek that wanted into the castle too, but for a damn different reason.
And did he succeed? In getting in, I mean?
Aye, he did. He climbed down into the well in the courtyard. See, there's caves under Tursky, and the well ain't actually a well, but an underground pool in one of them caves. And from there, you can get to the dungeons, and then into the Maiden.
Oh, he sounds bold.
Oh, aye, but they still caught him and gave him a whipping. And when they found out how he done it, they took the cleats out of the well wall.
What does that mean?
That the next Binyek would have to jump in and not climb down. I wouldn't fancy that.
Indeed. What was Binyek after in the castle?
A certain buxom chambermaid who wouldn't give him what he was after in the hay and wanted a fine feather bed.
You don't mind building a scaffold for an innocent man?
No, such matters ain't my concern. The lords decide. I just build the scaffold. A fella has to know his place in this world, like my old pa used to say.
I'll be going.
Aye, I've got to get back to work too. Farewell.
I have that rosary for you. It's very nice.
Great. Let's have a look.
Here you have it.
Good fella. Here's a bit of equipment for you in exchange. I don't suppose I'll be needing it again. Huh? What the? Wait, I'll go and see what's making that noise.
Eh? Huh. Strange.
Fuck it.
To hell with it.
I heard. Did I imagine it?
On the right, yeah. Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest. Which I presume you're not.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. He's been lying in a fever for 3 days, and the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless he returns soon, Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
What actually happened to him?
They were attacked by bandits by the pond. His mare, Arrow, brought him home. He was completely out of it. And little wonder, the way he was hacked up. If the surgeon was here, he'd be in his care. Some of his wounds have healed, but now he has a fever. He's been bedridden for 3 days.
I'm sorry. Oh, Christ. But this is a matter of life and death. Thomas is the only one who can testify to what happened.
Yes, it's a matter of life and death for my brother. I want him to rest. Besides which, he's delirious and can't tell you anything.
Maybe I could help somehow?
The only one who can help now is the priest. And I don't want to sound gloomy, but all he can do is pray too. Just the same as me.
Where's the physician?
He's with Lord von Berghoff. When Thomas started to get feverish, he left some concoction for him. He was only meant to be gone for a while, but it seems they got stuck somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, the concoction ran out, and we don't have any other physician here.
I'm not a physician, but I could try and brew that concoction. It can't hurt to try. Do you know what it was brewed from?
If I knew that, I'd have brewed it myself. Not even our surgeon knows. He does everything according to his books. He uses some medical manuscript, whether he's treating people or livestock.
And where is this book?
How should I know? Probably in his chambers, in the Crone.
I'll have a look there then.
But no one is allowed there.
I'll figure it out somehow.
Why do you want to help us?
Well, unless Thomas recovers and testifies that me and my friend are messengers from Ratai, then my friend will be executed.
You mean that poacher who's to be hanged?
He's a noble. Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. The whole thing is one big misunderstanding. And only Thomas can sort it out.
I'm a bit bewildered by all this. But all right.
The main thing is, I want Thomas to live too.
Yes, you're right.
I'll get going then. I don't have much time, and neither does Thomas.
Go. And thank you.
Hope it'll last.
The 6th bell. Half the time is up.
Huh? What the? Wait, I'll go and see what's making that noise.
Crucifix! Where's that blacksmith?
Scrub you're after. You'll have to wait. I've been here for...
I suppose you're waiting here for a bite to eat.
Damn right. Like, I know they're preparing a banquet for his nibs, but they could have left one cook here. Or at least a bit of gruel, for Christ's sake.
I can see if I've got anything to eat on me.
Hey, I need some decent grub, not some mouldy bread.
You might be surprised.
Thanks. Well, at least I won't starve.
You're welcome. Enjoy it.
You? What in God's name are you doing here?
Who are you, actually?
Me? I'm just cleaning here.
And what were you doing at the pond, then?
I thought we straightened that out the last time you bothered me. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We both know you're lying. The question is, why?
Says someone who was just sitting in a jail cell and will end up right back there if anyone calls the guards on him.
You know I was locked up? For such an uncaring girl, your interest is a bit suspicious.
Right. I spend the whole day following you and the arrogant fool around, spying on you.
That's exactly what I think.
Well, think again.
What's your name?
What's it to you?
I'm Henry.
Well, that's nice for you.
And you are?
I already told you. I'm a maid here. You? What in God's name are you doing here?
I'm looking for medicine, for Captain Thomas.
Well, the Sawbones ain't here, so you're out of luck. Like the captain.
I need help.
Who doesn't? I still have to clean out all the fireplaces in the crown. Do you know how many there are?
I don't know or care. I have to find medicine for Captain Thomas. Otherwise he'll die and my friend will be executed.
Thomas? I brought water to him in the tower. And I can tell you he is beyond help. That poor sister of his.
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
Why should I?
Because I could make plenty of trouble for you with the Chamberlain.
Uh-huh. And what would you tell him? That old deviant couldn't care less about anyone searching the surgeon's chambers. I wouldn't be the first or the last.
And you think I believe you?
Believe what you want. And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in this castle.
The 7th bell. Ninth bell. Only 3 to go.
What's that sound?
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It will have to be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
You all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug, the worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
Stop! You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But, sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I am a nobleman, do you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Lord.
What the hell is going on?
It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him.
He's a noble. That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
So, you're messengers from Ratai, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right, then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
Sir, we came to your castle in a state of desperation. Your chamberlain had the guards empty excrement on my lord's head and beat him without hearing us out. You were still at the castle then, and if he'd let us see you, maybe you wouldn't have left and wouldn't have been ambushed. And if that wasn't enough, when he had Sir Hans arrested, he refused to believe who he was, even though not only I told him, but your Captain Thomas too.
I must say you have courage, youngster. But I expect I would also be in such a foul mood if the same had happened to me.
Sir!
Best be quiet, Ulrich. We will talk about that another time. And I apologize to you for that unpleasantness. At least it ended better than it might have. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
Some attack towns, others prefer to abduct the king and intimidate him.
Wenzel der Faule, a lazy, incompetent king who neither wants to rule nor to surrender the privileges the throne provides. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
Well, betray is a strong word. We came to you, Sir Otto, because you're the leading voice of the League of Lords. I expect there are also lords among your ranks who are considering how to find a way out of this sticky situation. And for the Kingdom of Bohemia, it would certainly be better if our paths were to join rather than parting.
Your companion speaks like a diplomat, Sir Hans. However, the question is whether it's possible to join fire with water and end up with anything but nasty smoke. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy, so we have common interests too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather fortress among the cliffs. The yeoman there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
Who is this Lord Nebak?
The lord of a smaller house with not much in the way of estates, just a fortress and lands, but he also owns a mill that provides a significant part of his income. His children are grown up. His daughter married well, thanks to Sir Otto. His son is away from the domain, dealing with duties. Sir Otto helped him to acquire an official position. In short, the House of Nebak is more than beholden to Sir Otto for his magnanimous help and support.
Thank you, Ulrich. Nevertheless, I suspect Jaromir will not be keen to charge into battle. But that is of little consequence. He has a few good men who will be useful. That will do us. If he delivers, I will regard his obligation as fulfilled.
What should we do if he's unwilling to heed what we say?
His house has always been loyal to mine. And it has always been more than worth their while. So tell him that I would like it to remain so. I do not expect any great obstacles, but it would be wise to show Sir Jaromir respect by sending him someone of status. He will take his time over being persuaded, and then concur, as he always has done.
I'll get to him somehow, sir.
I expect nothing less from you.
Is that all, sir?
It's no simple task. Knowing Jaromir, if I sent a common messenger, he'd come back with a boot print on his backside. Dealing with the lower nobility can be tricky. They tend to be fixated on their own somewhat fragile status.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called István Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor. A stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Uri here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish. Gentlemen, follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, Sir Ulrich. If you think everything is settled between us, and we're going to act like nothing happened, then you're mistaken.
Sir?
You were going to have me executed a short while ago. I expect a proper apology.
Then please accept my apology once more, sir. But given the circumstances...
Given the circumstance? What circumstances?
Sir, poaching is a capital offence.
And are you the king? That you can hand down death sentences? No, you are not. What's more, you had plenty of reasons to realise it wasn't a good idea.
Sir, I could not have realised that.
You couldn't have realised? Yes, you could, but then you wouldn't have been able to play the Lord and stage private executions.
Sir, once more I apologise. And now, please allow me to show you to your quarters.
I wouldn't dream of inconveniencing you. I'll find my quarters by myself. Henry, once you're done with that annoying fool, get your horse and we'll meet at the gate.
Well, it seems Lord Capon will not be requiring my services anymore today.
Don't be surprised. My lord doesn't take kindly to those who insist on putting a rope round his neck.
I understand. I expect no one does. In any case, we'd have it a lot easier, your lord and I, if his behavior weren't so redolent of a bandit. Nevertheless, welcome to Trusky, the finest and biggest castle you shall ever see. Rumor has it that the castle was built on the jaws of hell, and that we're sometimes plagued by demons here. But don't believe a word of it. It's just idle talk to excuse the servants' laziness and incompetence. It's demanding enough keeping everything here running smoothly without any of that. It requires a man of exceptional qualities and talents. By the way, this place is a maze for strangers. It's very easy to get lost.
Careful.
The jail cells are down there. But I believe you are already fairly well acquainted with that part of the castle, aren't you?
All too well, thanks.
You believe it? Someone bumped him off and didn't even rob him.
You silly doggy.
Here it is. You'll find a bed inside, opposite the door, and a chest where we put your belongings. You'll find some new clothing there, a little gift from our gracious lord, to ensure you're not mistaken for a beggar again. Once you're settled in and properly dressed, stop by the stables. They're beyond the gate, down the path. Ask for Kabat. He was supposed to prepare a horse and tack for you. Or tell him you'll keep your own if you insist. Then he'll give you proper tack at least, so you don't disgrace us.
Good. I don't think I could stomach much more of your company.
Likewise. So, you and I are finished, and I can finally attend to some proper work, so this castle doesn't fall on our heads.
The Lord be with you. What do you need?
I'm here for some horse tack. I hear you have something for me.
Well, fuck me blind. You got out of jail yesterday, and today you've got a horse. Fuck, I wouldn't mind having your kind of luck. But you're fucking things up for me and making a mess. And I don't want to get a whipping on your account. I've got the tack ready, but I've been ordered to show you our herring first. You can take him, they said. So kindly take a look at him in the stable here and tell me if you want him or not. Take care, sir.
My God, what now?
I took a look at Herring.
And?
I'll take him.
Good. He ain't the fastest, but he'll work his little heart out, and he'll keep going for fucking ages. And he's a well-behaved, smart animal as well. An honest stock, too. From the Sameen stud farm. Not one of them stolen nags that's seen around these parts. I've heard that wind is blowing from them dodgy nomads.
There are nomads around here.
Aye. I hear their camp is somewhere in the rocks by Rock Tower Pond. They've got horses there. God knows how they came by them.
Well, useful to know. So I can avoid such places.
Well, let's not forget about your horse. He's there in the stables, so go and get him. You do know how to ride, don't you?
Why do you call him Herring?
Well, because he's like salted fish. He can travel a long way and he stinks a bit. And you're able to ride?
Ah, don't worry. I'm right at home with horses. I learned to ride with cumans on my tail, and arrows whistling past my head. A tough school it was.
Well, I'll be damned. I never heard such a thing before. But even an experienced horseman like you needs equipment, as you well know. You can tack him up yourself, right?
Sure. Thanks.
Take care.